telling you that you're not entitled to any money.
But you haven't heard my story or seen the evidence.
What
I have not.
What I'm telling you, madam, is the following. You have no lease to his apartment.
We had a verbal contract.
No, you had no lease to his apartment.
Judge Judy always seemed unshakable. She could resolve the toughest disputes on her hit TV show without breaking a sweat. But in 1990, her own marriage fell apart. After 13 years, she divorced her husband, Jerry Sheindlin. And it wasn't pretty. The shocking reason? Judy's father passed away, leaving her heartbroken. She begged Jerry for support, but he didn't deliver. She warned him, "Take care of me, or it's over." When he failed, she filed for divorce immediately. The news stunned her fans, but what happened next surprised everyone even more. So let's go back to where it all started. Judith Sheindlin, famously known as Judge Judy, first met Jerry Sheindlin in 1976 at a lawyer's bar in New York City. Their initial encounter was far from romantic. In fact, it was downright awkward. Jerry, a defense attorney at the time, was relaxing after a case, chatting with a journalist from the New York Post. Judy, then a prosecutor, approached them, pointed her finger at Jerry, and asked the journalist, "Who is this?" Her boldness took Jerry by surprise. Without missing a beat, he firmly told her to get her finger out of his face.
Long story, but the end of the story is, I found, Chris, that most men were alike.
Judy later admitted she found Jerry attractive, which might explain her abrupt approach. Neither of them realized they were meeting their future spouse. Despite the rocky first impression, Judy and Jerry began dating soon after. Judy revealed she admired Jerry's polished shoes, a detail she found endearing. However, their relationship hit an early snag. Jerry was still legally married to Suzanne Rosenthal, though they were separated. Judy couldn't understand why he wouldn't finalize his divorce. Frustrated by the delay, she told him not to contact her again until his divorce was official. Judy stuck to her word and completely cut ties. Jerry finally finalized his divorce in 1977, and the two reconnected. By April of that year, they were married in a simple courthouse ceremony. After tying the knot, Judy and Jerry settled in New York, creating a blended family. Jerry brought 3 children from his previous marriage, while Judy had 2 from hers. Their family life was just beginning, a story filled with ups and downs, which we'll explore further. Judy and Jerry got married in 1977 and stayed together for 13 years. But by 1990, their relationship hit a breaking point. They decided to divorce, surprising everyone who knew them. To outsiders, their marriage seemed solid. Judy, known for her no-nonsense attitude, resolved countless disputes in family court.
Meet them and love them up a little bit, and don't get in their way too much. They're happy.
It was hard to imagine her own marriage falling apart, but it did. The trouble began after a devastating loss. In 1989, Judy's father, Murray Blum, passed away. His death shook her deeply. She described him as her biggest supporter, always encouraging her to stand out. The grief left a void that no one could fill. Murray, a dentist, had a special bond with Judy. She admired him so much that she wore his glasses during her first years as a judge. Losing him left her heartbroken. It also put a strain on her marriage. Judy felt Jerry wasn't there for her during this difficult time. She told him she needed more love and support while she mourned. "I've taken care of you for 12 years, she said. "Now it's your turn to take care of me." But Jerry struggled to understand what she needed. He felt confused and unsure of how to help. He had tried to console her, but felt like nothing was enough. Judy, used to being strong, needed warmth and care. Jerry, on the other hand, was used to being looked after.
Enough to know, once she moved her things into that apartment, that $500 security deposit,
gone.
He was never going to see. He might have hounded her for it for a couple of months, and then he would have said, forget about it.
He didn't know how to take on the role of a caregiver. Their frustrations created a growing divide. The strong, confident bond they once had was slipping away. Reflecting on the experience years later, Jerry shared his thoughts in a documentary. "Marriage is the greatest investment you'll ever make," he said. But back then, neither of them could bridge the gap. Judy told Jerry they couldn't stay married unless he changed. She needed more from him. Jerry, confused, asked her to explain exactly what she wanted. What happened next took him by surprise. Despite his repeated questions, Judy's response was vague. When Jerry asked how to take care of her, he listed ideas. Should he feed her, carry her, keep her warm? She didn't give specifics. She simply replied, "Just take care of me." Jerry was baffled. Wasn't he already doing that? He couldn't understand why she wouldn't tell him what she needed. Stressed and frustrated, he admitted he didn't know how to give her what she wanted. Judy didn't back down. She threatened to divorce him. Jerry, feeling cornered, snapped back, "Oh yeah? I dare you." The next day, she filed for divorce. Jerry was stunned when he received the papers. Despite his shock, he signed them. Their marriage had hit rock bottom. The news of their split shocked their friends and the public. How could Judge Judy, an expert at resolving other people's disputes, let her own marriage fall apart? The root of their problems traced back to Judy's grief. Losing her father, Murray Blum, had shattered her. His death left an emptiness that no one, not even Jerry, could fill. According to experts, grief can strain even the strongest marriages. It disrupts communication, creates distance, and sparks resentment. This is what happened to Judy and Jerry. She was mourning her father and needed her husband to support her emotionally, but Jerry didn't know how to meet her needs, leaving her feeling abandoned and angry. Studies show grief can bring feelings of helplessness, frustration, and guilt. For Judy, the loss of her father made her feel isolated and unsupported. Her growing resentment led her to demand a divorce. Judy and Jerry's love story didn't end with their divorce. Despite the heartbreak, they found their way back to each other. After finalizing the split, Jerry made the separation public. The news spread quickly, leaving many stunned. The legal and entertainment communities couldn't believe the couple, once admired for their bond, had gone their separate ways. Some people expressed sympathy, while others blamed their careers for the strain. The real story emerged later. Judy's grief over losing her father and feeling unsupported by Jerry was the breaking point. Jerry, on the other hand, believed the divorce stemmed from Judy's inability to open up. He felt she buried her emotions in work rather than sharing them with him. Even though they divorced, Judy and Jerry treated each other with respect. Over time, they began to miss what they had. "Absence makes the heart grow fonder," Jerry said, reflecting on that period. He admitted he felt Judy's absence almost immediately. For the first time in years, they weren't together every day. It was a strange, hollow feeling. Judy missed Jerry too, but stayed silent. Until one day, Jerry called. He asked her to meet him for dinner, and she agreed. The dinner went well. They talked like old friends, laughing and catching up. Judy confessed her dating life was a disaster. She even shared a cringe-worthy story about a date where she bluntly told her suitor to rethink his meal choice because of his weight. Jerry couldn't help but smile. "That's when I knew she would come back to me," he said. A year after their divorce, something surprising happened. Judy and Jerry started seeing more of each other. They spent time together and talked often. Slowly, their bond began to rebuild. One day, as Jerry walked Judy home from family court, he made a bold statement. Strolling through downtown Manhattan, he told her he wasn't comfortable spending so much time with her if they weren't married. He asked her to marry him again. Judy chuckled and asked when he wanted to make it happen. Jerry, without missing a beat, suggested they get their marriage license right then. The clerk's office was just down the street. Judy thought he might be joking, but they decided to go anyway. Surprisingly, the clerk handed them a marriage license immediately, skipping the usual 24-hour wait. It felt like fate had stepped in. Judy quickly called her best friend of 40 years to be her maid of honor. Jerry reached out to his son, who was working nearby, to stand in as his best man. Next, they phoned a New York Supreme Court justice, a friend of Jerry's, to officiate the ceremony. In a quiet and spontaneous moment, Judy and Jerry Sheindlin became husband and wife again. Since that day, their love story has been one of commitment and growth. They've now been married for 46 years, an incredible feat, especially in the entertainment world. Just a year after their divorce, they reunited, determined to make it work this time. Jerry became more attentive. He showed Judy the love and support she had craved before. Both were intent on not repeating their past mistakes. The couple has been together since 1991, adding those years to the 13 they spent together before their brief split. Their total marriage spans an impressive 47 years. Their story proves that even after hardships, love can find its way back. When asked how they've managed to keep their marriage strong, Judy shared a few insights with E! News. She advised couples not to spend every moment together. According to her, spending 24 hours a day as a pair can be deadly. Instead, she encouraged partners to chase their individual goals. Both she and Jerry have maintained their individuality while staying devoted to their marriage. Her second piece of advice was about physical attraction. In an interview with People in 2021, Judy shared that she still finds her husband, now in his 90s, attractive. She complimented his fit physique and explained how staying in shape can help keep the spark alive. Judy acknowledged that aging changes one's appearance, but stressed the importance of maintaining fitness and aging gracefully. She and Jerry are living proof of this philosophy. Judy also emphasized the value of communication and mutual support. To her, these are the foundation of any successful marriage. Judge Judy's marriage to Jerry Sheindlin wasn't her first. Before Jerry, she had a different chapter in her life. Her first marriage ended in a tumultuous divorce. In 1964, Judith Blum married Ronald Levy. At the time, she had just finished law school, and Ronald was working as an attorney. In an interview with Harvey Levin on Objectified, Judy admitted she married Ronald partly because she found him attractive and partly due to societal pressure. Most of her friends were getting married, and she didn't want to be left behind. But it wasn't entirely about following trends. She also wanted children early while pursuing her legal career. Soon after their wedding, Judy landed a job as a lawyer for a cosmetics company. However, she left the position 2 years later to focus on being a homemaker. She gave birth to her daughter, Jamie, in 1966, and her son, Adam, in 1968. For 7 years, Judy devoted herself to being a stay-at-home mom. But domestic life didn't fulfill her. Speaking with Harvey Levin, she confessed that being at home bored her. Determined to revive her career, Judy decided to re-enter the workforce. She believed she could balance her ambition and family life. She took a position as a prosecutor in a New York court. Unfortunately, her job added tension to her marriage. In her memoir, Judy revealed that Ronald often dismissed her career aspirations. He referred to her work as a hobby, not a serious pursuit. Judy's demanding work schedule kept her away from home. This led to constant conflicts with Ronald. He wanted her to dedicate herself entirely to being a wife and stay-at-home mom. But Judy had bigger aspirations. She wanted to balance her career, motherhood, and marriage. The tension between them grew worse over time. Ronald's lack of support left Judy feeling frustrated and unhappy. They struggled to meet each other's expectations. By 1976, their differences became irreconcilable, and the couple divorced. After the divorce, Judy became a single mom to 2 children. She adjusted her life to prioritize her kids while still pursuing her career. In 1976, she met Jerry Sheindlin. They married the following year, blending their families and raising 5 children together. Unlike Ronald, Jerry was supportive of her ambitions. In 1982, Judy's dedication and hard work paid off. New York Mayor Ed Koch noticed her no-nonsense approach to justice. He promoted her to supervising judge of Manhattan's family court. This was a turning point in her career. In New York, Judy earned a reputation as a tough and direct judge. Some people saw her as a bully, but she disagreed. For Judy, it was about making the court system work effectively for everyone. Her career took another leap in 1993. Journalist Josh Getlin wrote an article about her for the Los Angeles Times. He described her as a determined woman committed to improving the justice system. The article gained widespread attention. This feature opened new doors for Judy. It caught the attention of CBS producers, who invited her to appear on 60 Minutes. Little did she know, this appearance would change everything and propel her into the spotlight in ways she had never imagined. Judy's appearance on 60 Minutes catapulted her into the national spotlight. Audiences were drawn to her sharp wit and quick thinking. Soon after, CBS approached her with an offer to host a courtroom reality series featuring real cases and real rulings. Judy agreed, and this led to the creation of Judge Judy. She stepped down from her position as a family court judge to focus entirely on the new show. Judge Judy premiered in 1996 as an arbitration-based reality court series, with Judy presiding over real disputes. The show became an instant sensation, drawing millions of viewers every day. By 2009, it was the highest-rated daytime program, even outperforming The Oprah Winfrey Show. For 12 consecutive years, it dominated the ratings, maintaining its place at the top until 2021. The workload behind the scenes was intense. Judy and her team worked just 2 weeks a month, but made the most of their time. They filmed 3 days each week, handling 10 to 12 cases per day. This efficient schedule kept the show running smoothly for decades. Over its 25-year run, Judge Judy became a cultural phenomenon. It concluded in July 2021 after 25 successful seasons. The series received numerous honors and awards, cementing its legacy in television history. In February 2006, Judy was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In October 2012, she was inducted into the Broadcasting and Cable Hall of Fame. In April 2013, she received an honor from the Vice Presidency of the UCD Law Society. The show also earned Judy a place in the Guinness World Records. She was recognized as the longest-serving judge in a courtroom series, with her show being the longest-running in its genre. Picture Judy Sheindlin's incredible journey, from a stay-at-home mom to a household name worldwide. By 2005, reports suggested she was earning a staggering $25 million per year. In 2007, she secured the 13th spot on Forbes' list of the richest women in entertainment. After stepping away from Judge Judy, in July 2021, Judy didn't slow down. Instead, she debuted a brand new reality courtroom series, Judy Justice. The show premiered in November 2021, airing exclusively on Amazon's free streaming platform. Judy Justice became the first traditional court series to stream online. To give it a fresh identity, the format included new elements like a stenographer to resolve disputes using direct quotes from testimony. Judy also traded her iconic black robe for a striking maroon one. The new show was a hit. Judy earned a Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program for Judy Justice's first season. This achievement made her the only TV arbitrator to win the award for 2 courtroom shows, Judge Judy and Judy Justice. Judy's story is one of grit and determination. From studying law in Brooklyn to becoming the legendary Judge Judy, her life has inspired millions. She's been a wife, a mother, a stay-at-home mom, and a trailblazer in television. Her journey continues to motivate women and couples around the world. Judy credits much of her success to her husband, Jerry Sheindlin. She often calls him her anchor and strongest supporter. Jerry, in turn, acknowledges Judy's role in shaping him into a better person. When asked if his wife's fame ever intimidated him, Jerry dismissed the idea. Speaking to the Los Angeles Times, he proudly said he loved being her cheerleader. "Behind every great woman is a great man," he added, "and behind every great man is a great woman." Their mutual admiration has been the foundation of their success. Together, they have faced challenges and celebrated triumphs, staying deeply in love for 47 years. Their relationship is a testament to teamwork and perseverance. Today, Judy and Jerry enjoy their life in Newport, Rhode Island. They reside in a stunning $9 million mansion surrounded by family. Their 5 children have grown their legacy, and the couple now proudly dotes on their 13 grandchildren. Despite the ups and downs, their bond remains unshakable, a lasting example of love and partnership.